On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
In different households, it just say they 50-50 or 60-40, whatever the case may be, they come in there. But what I'm asking is, if a woman makes more, let's just say that conversation never came up about it's an issue with her making more. Does she have leverage? Like in her head, does she envision, or do things naturally happen within that household where she might feel like she have leverage?
I'm gonna say no.
You know what? I don't think necessarily, because it depends on the woman. If a woman is like, you know what, I make more money than you, so I'm going to be this way, then for her, yes. Some women are like, you know what, you're my man, you're, the leader or whatever. For them, no. It truly depends on the people. I don't think that this question,
Ain't had nothing to do with that. They brought it up yesterday. I'm just bringing it in. I'm not here to discuss about the question. The question happened yesterday. I just carried it over to the next day. So we're not focusing on the question. I just want the question answered. So the reason why I brought that question up, it was an icebreaker. But the only thing that I'm going to pull from that is leveraging. And it was a conversation on JB's Broken Dusty, and Logic was there. And they was talking about leveraging. But leveraging was a little bit different. It had nothing to do with business. So we're going to tie it into a little bit of relationships. I see everybody is looking and anticipating.
No. Hey, no, wait. You see that? That's a 77 L dog that had. Oh, look, and then I was a youngster and purchased this car.
You with no beard.
You're a hater. I was still in the fucking military.
Oh, look at Logic.
I was a youngster and purchased this car, and now I'm with what Anton said. This car actually became an asset, and then it was really just a hobby for me. So I'm with the game he spent, but I say it is. I want to get on Anton. Hey, Anton, you gonna invite me to the Patreon meetup in DC?
You got to be a Patreon member to show up, bro. We're gonna have that mug rocking in 2 days. It's gonna be lit up in DC.
Wait. What if I just say fuck it and I just donate? You know what I'm saying? I just put $100. So.
Because it's not about the money, it's about the people that do the work. And so we come together, we have good vibes, we have drinks, we network, we have a good time. So it's not about the money, it's just about cultivating an environment and a culture in which you have some of the dopest people that's trying to go in the same direction and that's trying to build. And I just bring them all together, and that's why I fly to everybody's city every month.
All right, well, I'm just so if I join the Patreon right now, I'm gonna get an invite.
The information is in the Patreon.
This nigga here.
All right, y'all. So as I was saying, it was a conversation on JB's Broken Dusty last night, and the question I want to pose to the panel is, does a woman have leverage if she makes the same salary as her man? Does a woman have leverage if she makes the same salary as a man? I see Rilla head down. I see Anton got his lips tight. Am I frozen? What the fuck? I'm sorry. Can we start? Start with you, Kay.
I know that people aren't going to like this, but can you explain what you're talking about? Leverage in terms of what?
Go ahead, JB Daddy.
I had the same question.
Yeah, because I mean,
I got it. It's clear to me.
You can say
leveraging what? Like
you leverage within the relationship. Does she have
no job, or
what?
Or you can make no more, you can make a bunch of money and you can have leverage. Like, I'm not seeing how this is.
So can I give an example, and maybe JR correct me if I'm wrong. If you both bring in the exact same amount of resources in the household, do you both have the same say so in that household, for example?
No.
It depends on the people.
Say so in regards to what?
And to anything that goes on in the household. Like, does the buck stop? Is it a partnership? Is it a hierarchy and the man ultimately make the decisions and then the woman ultimately default to him? Or does the woman have more say so? And we see this on a regular basis, and women that make more than men a lot of times emasculate the men in the household when it comes to certain subjects, depending on what it is that they're talking about. So do you have the same leverage in order to be able to say, hey, you can or you can't, right? Because if a chick, for example, I'm gonna just create a scenario. If a chick didn't come in here with nothing, right, and she walking around and she didn't help you build it, you can leave and you can leave the bank book on a counter and you know what I'm saying, take what you came with. Ain't nobody tripping off of that. But a man, for example, that's dependent on a woman is more likely to deal with more if she's the one that takes care of the majority of what goes on in the household. So
Household.
she has more leverage in that relationship. That's an example.
Okay, so if someone is with someone for their money, then sure, the person who makes the most money will have the leverage. But I don't think people should be dating people based on the amount of money that they have like that. Like, oh my goodness, so and so has this money, so I have to stay with them. I don't think as a man or a woman you want to be in that position. So this question, does a woman have leverage? That's why I asked for clarification. And I noticed that JR moved on. Like, let's go to the next person. But
I didn't do nothing like that. What are you talking about?
you did.
No, I
but,
didn't. No, I did not. I did not. I did not do that.
The question.
Anton stepped in. Anton stepped in and said that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you an example, and JR can correct me if
So
I'm wrong. That's what he said. Right. So I didn't move on to the next person.
But when
I didn't move on to the next person. I didn't do that.
Hey, you told a bold-faced lie.
When I first asked, you didn't do that.
No,
JR?
yes, you did. You told a bold-faced lie. JR passed it to me, and Anton spoke up. That was a bold-faced lie that you just told, and then now get
bold-faced
Nah,
lie.
bold-faced.
Oh, damn, bold-faced lie.
Bold-faced lie, Kate.
No, I literally.
You were wrong. It's fine. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
No.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen. It did not happen. Okay, we got
Can I
we got
ask you a question?
1,200 people.
Can you explain? And you went to the next
1,200.
person.
Get them
So
lights up.
based on what Anton just said, again, I don't think that you should be basing your relationship and leverage on money. I think that's how things turn bad for some people. And I think it really depends on the people. Like, some people are like, you know what, so and so has money, I don't have a place to be, so I'm gonna let them. Like, but who wants to be in that situation? So yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah, like I don't think anybody wants to be in a situation. I think that people come in and they fall in love, whatever it is that they doing, they dating and get married. In different households, it just say they 50-50 or 60-40, whatever the case may be, they come in there. But what I'm asking is, if a woman makes more, let's just say that conversation never came up about it's an issue with her making more. Does she have leverage? Like, in her head, does she envision, or do things naturally happen within that household where she might feel like she have leverage?
I'm gonna say no.
You know what? I don't think necessarily, because it depends on the woman. If a woman is like, you know what, I make more money than you, so I'm gonna be this way, then for her, yes. Some women are like, you know what, you're my man, you're the leader or whatever. For them, no. It truly depends on the people. I don't think that this question,
Ain't had nothing to do with that. They brought it up yesterday. I'm just bringing it in. I'm not here to discuss about the question. The question happened yesterday. I just carried it over to the next day. So we're not focusing on the question. I just want the question answered.